Hey there. Here is a Commando. It's a Mando that's also part of the Comma series, Commando. See? It's almost like a pun. I built these two instruments together. I just did another demo for the other one, and this is the Mando's turn. Sitka spruce top. Absolutely beautiful set of Brazilian rosewood back and sides. Tiny little set, but man, that's the primo stuff. I used a snake head. I changed my headstock so that I thought it fit more with the design of the instrument. I did both of these with I don't think that's out of frame, but they both have a snake head sort of headstock, and they're slightly different sizes, so they match the instrument proportionally. And this is, I've made a Commando once before, but I used a fixed bridge, and this is a floating bridge with a tailpiece, which is, man, it's a different animal. It was fun. It presented a lot of challenges for me as a builder to just come up with nice solutions. Like this bridge has, it's got a metal base underneath it that's tucked up into the wood so that it gives it strength. I chose not to wrap these bridges around the tail pin, and rather put an oversized tail block in, and then put a threaded insert into the tail block. I think it's a super clean look, and I think it'll prove to be more than adequately strong. It was fun and a little bit scary because I'm making an instrument here that I've never made before. But this one turned out really well. It's super loud. It's like, it definitely doesn't sound like an F-style mandolin. It has a much, because those are carved instruments and they tend to have a shorter decay and a more sort of nasal and forward punching sound. I don't think this would be a bluegrass musician's ideal instrument, but I've been playing like a little bit of swing on it and stuff, and really, really enjoying that, the richness of that tone. Sorry, it's now I'm just kind of screwing around. Sorry. I kind of forgot I was making a video there for a minute. Anyway, a lot of fun. This does not have the multi-scale. It's just a straight scale because I figured a small multi-scale is going to be of very little very little purpose on a scale length this small. Like I'd have to really do kind of a big span between the bass and the treble. And it was scary enough to do it like this. So here it is. The Commando, the second. I wish I played something nice for you there. Let's see. I think it could be. I mean, I don't know that it can be a bluegrass instrument, you know. It just has like it has such a long decay. I think it would be great for Celtic music, and you know that tends to can be kind of upbeat and fast too. But I have an F-style mandolin that I built just to prove to myself that I could a few years ago, and it's really beautiful, but I don't think it's the greatest mandolin on earth, to be honest with you. I think that's a whole discipline that I don't know that much about. I'd like to learn, but so I have this beautiful F-style mandolin, and this thing just blows it out of the water, volume and clarity wise. And I think it's really cool looking. You know, it's like this little miniature comma series, but with the cutaway, so you got easy access all the way up. I made this little, like, you can see there's a little divoted tail to the head, or to the fingerboard here, and I did that as sort of a tip of the hat to tradition in the design, like the thing they call the Florida on an F-style mandolin, where they pull the frets out and actually so mandolinists can chop there. And this doesn't really serve any purpose other than decorative, but I like the swoop to the side and then the bridge or the tailpiece being reciprocal the other way around. So it's got lots of swoops, and as I said, the Brazilian was just like, if that were a guitar set, it would be like one of the best sets I've ever worked with. It's really, really, really pretty. So there it is, the Commando, and thank you. It was my sort of unfocused demonstration, but there it is. Also I did rather than put an adjustable bridge on here, I made a fixed height bridge, but I wanted to still have some capacity for adjustment. So I put a bone saddle inside the bridge. I think you can see how that worked out. I did that on both of these mandolins. And I've always kind of, I know it's the standard procedure to use the adjustable bridges on mandolins and a lot of jazz guitars, archtop guitars, where you can just screw like little thumb screws on a threaded rod that goes up and lifts the saddle up off the bridge base. And that's always kind of freaked me out. Like all of that string energy is just going to be going through a mechanism, you know, like this little, they're usually like an 832 screw or something like that. And all the energy is going to have to go through those two little metal screws. And it just seems like an opportunity for loss of energy, especially with like, I mean, they're not loose, so they're under compression and everything, but there's a bunch of stuff on there. Like it's going through different types of material. It's going through a mechanical coupling. And so I just wanted to skip that whole thing. And plus I thought that a traditional bridge would not be in keeping stylistically with either one of these instruments. So that's why I made a solid bridge. And I would definitely do that again. So anyway, cool. There's enough blathering from me, but there's the siblings. And that was a super fun project for me to do. I'm very happy with how they turned out. Thanks.